It's time, guys. Good morning. Welcome to Rockbridge Regional Library Storytime. I have a special guest, and it is Miss Straub from Waddell.
Hi, how are you guys this morning? I'm so excited to be here.
Well, we are super excited. I don't know if you guys can see, but we also have Henry and Charlie. Hi, guys. I bet some of the friends watching are your friends too, so it's exciting that we get to see each other today. Thank you so much. Also, I just want to mention we have Spider-Man here. We've got a couple Spider-Men.
Say that again. I'm sorry, Miss Wendy. I couldn't hear you.
Oh, I was just saying we have a couple Spider-Men with us too, which is you guys.
Yes, we do have two Spider-Men with us. I'm so excited to be here and get to talk to some of my artists. I miss you guys at Waddell, and I miss seeing you around the library and around school. This is awesome. I'm so glad to be here.
I know. Well, Miss Straub has picked out, we have picked out some books that we're going to read. But first, we got to get warmed up. So let's do our hello song, okay? So are you guys ready? Okay. All right, are you guys ready over there? Are you guys ready in Storytime land? All right, let's do hello, friends. 1, 2, 3. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello again. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. Hello, friends. It's time to say hello. All right. Who are we going to say hello to? We've got Lillian and Vivian. Good morning, ladies. We've got Isaac. How's that baby? And how are you? Melody, Noel, and Caleb, Finn, Theo, Riley, Morgan, Wilson. I just am so excited you guys are all here. So we are going to do another warm-up song. Okay, we are going to do our song boxes. Miss Straub, can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Okay, we're going to do, hey, boy, oh, there's Spider-Man. We're going to do our song boxes. So one box has a song name on it, and the other box has an action like skipping or hopping. So Rose is going to roll the dice to tell us what song we're doing and how we're going to do it. So hopefully your guys can do it too. We'll see. Okay, roll the dice, Rose. All right, we're going to do Mr. Sun while marching. All right, we'll only do one verse because we don't need to do the whole whistle thing again because I kind of messed up yesterday. Nora and Theo and Caroline and Genevieve and Ruby. There's a lot of friends here today, Miss Straub. It's super exciting. Okay, so, oh, I forgot. I can't read my husband's writing again. Blair. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay, Mr. Sun marching. 1, 2, 3. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, hiding behind a tree. These little children are asking you to please come out so we can play with you. Oh, Mr. Sun, Sun, Mr. Golden Sun, please shine down on me. Very good. Let's roll them again. We're going to see what comes next. Get ourselves warmed up, ready to read. Just do it. Just do it.
Okay, and...
You have to shake your entire body. You are my... Oh, let's not march again. Here, flip it. Yeah, that was good. Oh. Hopping to You Are My Sunshine.
That wasn't a good one.
Hopping to You Are My Sunshine. All right, guys. Hopping to You Are My Sunshine. 1, 2, 3. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I'm more warmed up.
Wait.
Are we doing one more?
Yeah.
All right, one more. Okay. Okay, Rose's rolling technique is pretty interesting. I love it. Okay, twirling. Oh, pick a different song. Oops, without crunching. Oh my gosh, row, row, row your boat while twirling.
No.
It's row, row, row your boat while twirling.
I want to throw it.
Well, then throw it. Oh gosh, head, shoulders, knees, and toes while twirling. How are we supposed to do that? Oh goodness. Okay. Is everybody ready to try head, shoulders, knees, and toes while twirling? Okay, I'm not. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, knees and toes. Knees. I can't do it. I got too dizzy.
I didn't get dizzy at all.
I kind of thought it was fun to kind of move and do it, but at the end I was like, oh, I better stop. Or can I go the other way around and will I get undizzy if I turn and spin the other way?
Head,
I sort of think I will. Okay, well, I feel like we have sufficiently warmed up.
Wait, this time I want to.
Do what? You want to try to play it? Okay. Rose is going to try to do the uke. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, clap your hands. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, clap your hands. I'm glad we agreed on that. If you're ready for a story, no, ma'am. Stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, stomp your feet. Okay, guys. If you're ready for a story, sit real still. If you're ready for a story, sit real still. And no giggling. If you're ready for a story, sit real still. If you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, if you're ready for a story, sit real still. Can she do it? Can she sit real still for longer than 1 second? Yes, she can! Good job, good job. All right, guys. I gotta tune this ukulele and I don't know how to do it. It's problematic. Okay, so, hold on, Rose, that is loud. She's moving chairs around. Oh, excuse me. So, Miss Straub, the first book we are going to read is called Miss Rumphius. Can you tell us a little bit about why you picked this story and what you love about it?
So Miss Rumphius is my most favorite children's book. I have read it to every class of children I've ever taught for about the last 15 years. And I love it because I have so many connections to the story. The main character, I think her name is Alice. Alice grew up by the sea, and I also grew up on the water by the Rappahannock River in Chesapeake Bay. The main character's grandfather is an artist. And my grandmother was an artist, and I used to watch her paint. And my grandmother also used to travel to faraway places and always send me back postcards and neat things from the places she traveled to. So I just love this book. And I love the thing I love the most about the story is the message that we should all try and do something to make the world a more beautiful place every day. So that's why I chose this one. So I hope you guys enjoy it.
Wonderful. It is an absolutely beautiful, beautiful book. And yes, I will enjoy reading it. And let's get started.
Last night, my mom read
We read it last night.
Yeah, while cuddling with my cat, Wally.
While cuddling with Wally, we read this book. So Miss Rumphius, story and pictures by Barbara Cooney. So she wrote the book and did the illustrations. Look at those beautiful flowers. To St. Nicholas, patron saint of children, sailors, and maidens. Excuse me. The lupine lady lives in a small house overlooking the sea. In between the rocks around her house grow blue and purple and rose-colored flowers. The lupine lady is little and old, but she has not always been that way. I know. She's my great aunt, and she told me. Once upon a time, she was a little girl named Alice who lived in a city by the sea. From her front stoop, she could see the wharves and the bristling masts of tall ships. Many years ago, her grandfather had come to America on a large sailing ship. Now he worked in the shop at the bottom of the house, making figureheads for the prows of ships and carving Indians out of wood to put in front of cigar stores. For Alice's grandfather was an artist. He painted pictures, too, of sailing ships and places across the sea. When he was very busy, Alice helped him put in the skies. Look at her painting the skies in there in his paintings. In the evening, Alice sat on her grandfather's knee and listened to his stories of faraway places. When he had finished, Alice would say, "When I grow up, I too will go to faraway places, and when I grow old, I too will live beside the sea." "That is all very well, little Alice," said her grandfather, "but there's a third thing you must do." "What is that?" asked Alice. "You must do something to make the world more beautiful," said her grandfather. "All right," said Alice. "I don't know what that could be." In the meantime, Alice got up and washed her face and ate porridge for breakfast. She went to school and came home and did her homework, and pretty soon she was all grown up. Then my great aunt Alice set out to do the 3 things she had told her grandfather she was going to do. She left home and went to live in another city far from the sea and the salt air. There she worked at a library, dusting books and keeping them from getting mixed up and helping people find the ones they wanted. Some of the books told her about faraway places. People called her Miss Rumphius now. Sometimes she went to the conservatory in the middle of the park. When she stepped inside on a wintry day, the warm, moist air wrapped itself around her, and the sweet smell of jasmine filled her nose. "This is almost like a tropical isle," said Miss Rumphius, "but not quite." So Miss Rumphius went to a real tropical island where people kept cockatoos and monkeys as pets. She walked on long beaches, picking up beautiful shells. One day she met Bapa Raja, king of the fishing village. "You must be tired," he said. "Come into my house and rest." So Miss Rumphius went in and met the Bapa Raja's wife. The Bapa Raja himself fetched a green coconut and cut a slice off the top so that Miss Rumphius could drink the coconut water inside. Before she left, the Bapa Raja gave her a beautiful mother-of-pearl shell on which he had painted a bird of paradise and the words, "You will remain in my heart." "You will always remain in mine too," said Miss Rumphius. Isn't that nice? My great aunt, Miss Alice Rumphius, climbed tall mountains where the snow never melted. She went through jungles and across deserts. She saw lions playing and kangaroos jumping, and everywhere she made friends there. And everywhere she made friends she would never forget. Finally, she came to the land of the lotus eaters, and there, getting off a camel, she hurt her back. "What a foolish thing to do," said Miss Rumphius. "Well, I have certainly seen faraway places. Maybe it's time to find my place by the sea." And it was, and she did. From the porch of her new house, Miss Rumphius watched the sun come up. She watched it across the heavens and sparkle on the water, and she saw it set in glory in the evening. She started a little garden among the rocks that surrounded her house, and she planted flower seeds in the stony ground. Miss Rumphius was almost perfectly happy. "But there is still one more thing I have to do," she said. "I have to do something to make the world more beautiful." "But what?" "The world already is pretty nice," she thought, looking out over the ocean. The next spring, Miss Rumphius was not very well. Her back was bothering her again, and she had to stay in bed most of the time. The flowers she had planted the summer before had come up and bloomed in spite of the stony ground. She could see them from her bedroom window, blue and purple and rose-colored. "Lupines," said Miss Rumphius with satisfaction. "I have always loved lupines the best. I wish I could plant more seeds this summer so that I could have still more flowers next year." But she was not able to. After a hard winter, spring came. Miss Rumphius was feeling much better. Now she could take walks again. One afternoon she started to go up and over the hill where she had not been in a long time. "I don't believe my eyes," she cried when she got to the top. For there on the other side of the hill was a large patch of blue and purple and rose-colored lupines. "It was the wind," she said as she knelt in delight. "It was that brought these seeds from my garden here, and the birds must have helped." Then Miss Rumphius had a wonderful idea. She hurried home and got out her seed catalogs. She sent off to the very best seed house for 5 bushels of lupine seeds. All that summer, Miss Rumphius, her pockets full of seeds, wandered over the fields and headlands sowing lupines. She scattered seeds along the highway and down the country lanes. She flung handfuls of them around the schoolhouse and back in the back of the church. She tossed them into hollows and along stone walls. Her back didn't hurt any more, at all. Now some people called her that crazy old lady. The next spring there were lupines everywhere. Fields and hillsides were covered with blue and purple and rose-colored flowers. They bloomed along the highways and down the lanes. Bright patches lay around the schoolhouse and the back of the church. Down in the hollows and along the stone walls grew the beautiful flowers. Miss Rumphius had done the third, the most difficult thing of all. My great-aunt Alice, Miss Rumphius, is very old now. Her hair is very white. Every year there are more and more lupines. Now they call her the Lupine Lady. Sometimes my friends stand with me outside her gate, curious to see the old lady who planted the field of lupines. When she invites us in, they come slowly. They think she's the oldest woman in the world. Often she tells us stories of faraway places. When I grow up, I tell her, I too will go to faraway places and come home to live by the sea. "That is all very well, little Alice," says my aunt, "but there's a third thing you must do." "What is that?" I ask. "You must do something to make the world more beautiful." "All right," I say. But I don't know yet what that can be. So she'll have to figure it out for herself. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you for sharing that book. I just love it. It's just so precious. And well, we have something special. Miss Straub is going to show us how to make our very own lupine flowers.
Yeah. If you go to Central Elementary or Fairfield Elementary or National Bridge or Mountain View Elementary, then your art teacher is Miss Ellen Campbell. And this lesson is from Miss Ellen Campbell, who is one of the most wonderful teachers that I know. And she, when my husband's little sister was in kindergarten, her name's Kate, and Kate painted this picture for Mother's Day. And I wanted to share just really quickly with you guys how to make a painting that's similar to this. If that's all right with you, Miss Wendy?
That's wonderful. Thank you. What kind of materials do we need? And we can come back later and do this afterward.
Yes, absolutely. So this is for something for you guys to do later. All you need are some paints of different colors. Tempera paint is just fine. I got these little paints. It could even be a watercolor set. I keep a jar of water nearby when I'm painting. I picked a flower that looks similar to a lupine from my garden to look at. And I've got brushes, and I put my paint in an egg carton. If you've been in a strong art class, you're familiar with having an egg carton full of paint on your table. And you can use a Q-tip as well for this. So what you're going to do is I'm going to start with green. I'm going to pick a brush out that I want. I'm going to get my green paint on my brush, and I'm using mat board. You can just use paper. And I am going to start making it, almost to make it look like grass. We've done projects similar to this in art class before, so you guys are probably going to be experts. And these are going to be the stems of my flowers, and I'm going to make them all different heights, tall ones and short ones. And I might make some going in different directions. And if you guys remember from art class, there's no mistakes in art. That's the fun part. And I'm going to make them big and tall all over my paper. And I'll keep working on this while Miss Wendy reads some more books. But I'll show you how to make the top of the lupine real quick.
Oh, okay, great.
Is that okay? Yeah. So you can use a Q-tip, or you can get another small paintbrush for this part. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick purple. I think purple's pretty. Oh, a rose. I should have picked pink, your favorite color. I'll do some in pink in a second. And I'm going to start by making small little circles. Can you guys see that, what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Just dabbing it really, really small around the base. And I'm going to make a wide base.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I'm going to keep going up and make it smaller as I go up. Just dabbing with my little drops of paint. And then I'm going to make it the small little end on it like that. Can you see that?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So then I'll switch colors. I'll just drop my paintbrush in my water cup like we do. You guys will probably remember. And I'll pick pink for Rose because I know Rose loves pink. And I'm going to do I make a wide base again, just dabbing my paintbrush, picking it up and down. And then I'm going to get some more paint on my brush. And I'm going to keep going just like this. And make it really narrow towards the top, so it almost stands up tall.
Wow.
If you can see that. Mm-hmm. So I did another one. You can see this is where I'm heading with all different types of flowers.
Oh, wow, that's beautiful.
See that?
That's beautiful.
So so you guys can do this at home with some paint and your paintbrushes, or a Q-tip will do the exact same thing if you have some paint, or watercolor set. So,
awesome. Yeah. So I will go ahead and read another book now, and you said you're going to continue. Maybe we can visit that back after this book, and we'll see maybe some of the other techniques you did for the other flowers, the ones that, Awesome. Okay. Well, that's great. Thank you. Okay, so the next book we're going to read, Rose is asking that I do this one next and I'm sure most of you know this book. Miss Straub, do you read this one in your classroom as well?
Yes, she does, because a lot of times in art class,
that's the dot. We read the dot in art class, and we celebrate International Dot Day in September in the art room too. So we do lots of fun dot activities. So I'm so excited that you're sharing that. Our friends should know and love that book. It's a great.
That's
great. Hi, Charlie. How are you?
That she does like a little.
Well, okay.
I also know that she does a little movement tape thing with the.
Oh, there's a song that goes with it and a movement? I didn't know that. Oh, right. It says on the very front, celebrating 15 years of the dot.
That's right. Good remembering, Rose. There is a song. I have to pull it up on the internet, though.
Oh, now you tell me, Rose. I could have pulled it up. Well, let's read the book. Okay. This is called The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds, who is an amazing author. What did we read? We already read something of his, and I can't remember what it was.
Is it the one with the... I'm not...
Yeah, well, anyway. Okay, here we go. The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds, excuse me. Art class was over, but Vashti sat glued to her chair. Her paper was empty. Vashti's teacher leaned over the blank paper. "Ah, a polar bear in a snowstorm," she said. "Very funny," said Vashti. "I just can't draw." Her teacher smiled. "Just make a mark and see where it takes you." That's good advice. Vashti grabbed a marker and gave the paper a good, strong jab. There! Her teacher picked up the paper and studied it carefully. She pushed the paper toward Vashti and quietly said, "Now sign it." And she was happy with it. It's her mark. Vashti thought for a moment. Well, maybe I can't draw, but I can sign my name. So there she goes, writing her name. The next week, when Vashti walked into art class, she was surprised to see what was hanging above her teacher's desk. It was the little dot she had drawn, her dot, all framed in swirly gold. Look at that. I can make a better dot than that. She opened her never-before-used set of watercolors and set to work. Vashti painted and painted a red dot, a purple dot, a yellow dot, a blue dot. The blue mixed with the yellow. She discovered that she could make a, what color? Green dot. Vashti kept experimenting. Lots of little dots in many colors. If I can make little dots, I can make big dots too. Vashti splashed her colors with a bigger brush on bigger paper to make bigger dots. Vashti even made a dot by not painting a dot. So look, she painted around it and left the dot white in the middle. Lots of ways to do a dot. Oh, look. At the school art show a few weeks later, Vashti's many dots made quite a splash. Vashti noticed a little boy gazing up at her. "You're really a great artist. I wish I could draw," he said. "I bet you can," said Vashti. "Me? No, not me. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler." That's kind of how she felt. Vashti smiled. She handed the boy a blank sheet of paper. "Show me." The boy's pencil shook as he drew his line. Vashti stared at the boy's squiggle. "Please, sign it." There you go. Awesome. And it's dedicated to Mr. Matson, my 7th grade math teacher, who dared me to make my mark. I dare you guys to make your mark. I dare you. Make your mark, whatever it is. Squiggly line, a dot, a heart, anything. Planting flowers all through the fields. I love that. So how's your painting coming along?
It's coming great. I've got a few more flowers on there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The yellow one. That's sort of a fun flower to do, the one with the yellow middle.
How did you do that?
I got some of this coral color and I made little dots. Here, hopefully you can see this.
Yeah, we can.
In a semicircle. And then I got the yellow and I filled in the middle of that. I'll use a Q-tip and show you with a Q-tip. Because they paint just as well as paintbrushes sometimes. And I filled in the middle with yellow. And then I came through with bright red. One of the fun things about painting is you can add so many different colors and layers. And I added another layer between the yellow and the coral of bright red dot.
Nice.
You could add seeds in there for your flowers. You could do all kinds of things.
Right.
So it's coming along.
Oh, that's great. That's fabulous. Well, we have another song about colors that I learned when I was doing music at Shenandoah Preschool, and it is called "Sing a Rainbow." And I don't know if you guys know this song, so let me tell you how it goes. So the first part of the song is we're saying different colors. The colors of a rainbow, but it's not in the normal rainbow pattern. So it's not red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So it goes a little bit different. So I'm going to point to the colors that are on my felt board here that says "We Love Teachers," because all of the colors here are in the song. So I'll sing it first, and then maybe we'll sing it a second time. Okay? So here's how it goes. 1, 2, 3. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. So let's see if we can do that together. You guys want to try? Rose, will you sing with me? Sure you will. Yes, Mom, I'll sing with you. No problem. Okay, let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. Red and yellow and pink and green, purple and orange and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Now, Rose likes to point out that there's no pink in the rainbow. And she's right. there's actually no pink, but there's pink in this rainbow song, okay? So that is our song. Now, there was another book I wanted to show you, and this seemed like the right day to do it, considering we've got the amazing Waddell art teacher here. And this is a funny little book that a neighbor gave me to give to Rose, and it's called Hanimals. And what it is an artist has painted hands to look like animals. And so, goodness, you could do so much with paint. And who knew? This is taking shadow puppets to a whole new level, I think. So this is Hanimals. I'll just turn to a few pages. We don't have to look at the whole thing.
If there's a cat in this one,
well, there's chickens and chicks. My book is falling apart, though. Looks like he's got some sort of marble in their hands for the eyes. They're ducks. It's all hands. Oh, goose. Zebra. Doves, I think. Little doves. More doves. Oh, my poor book. Hold on, I'll do it like this. That might be better. Now these ones I really like. Look at that Dalmatian. It's a hand.
And what is that?
That's some sort of bird. I don't know.
Might be a peacock. Okay, got it.
And look at those dogs. Look at those teeth. That seems like a pretty easy one. It's just paint on those two fingers and then... Oh, scary snake. Octopus. My favorite. What? Cheetah? I don't know what that is. What do you think that is? Elephant.
Yeah, that's a gorilla.
You think that's a gorilla? Oh! How did I miss that page? Goodness gracious. That's a giraffe. Anyway, so this is other ways you can use art. Look at all those animals. Those Hanimals.
It's a gorilla, Mom, see?
It is a gorilla, you're right. Thank you for solving that mystery. That looks like an owl winking. Anyway, that is a cute book. So we have one more book that I want to read. But first, how's the painting coming?
It's going great. Charlie just added a lupine there, a red one with a Q-tip.
Very nice, Charlie.
Super easy. The Q-tips make it really easy when you're doing them because they make this perfect little circle. Oops, there you go.
Oh, that's great. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's coming along.
Oh, that's wonderful. I think, we're going to have to... Now, will you go back? I mean, are the stems done, or do you go and paint more, fill in the stems?
I'm so sorry, Miss Wendy. Could you say that again? I didn't hear you.
Do you paint the stems more, or are the stems done?
Oh, I'll probably go back. Great question. I'll probably go back and add more to the stems at the end.
Right.
I usually cut. And my artists from my class will remember we like to add white and mix it in with the green and add layers that way. So I will probably go back and layer some more over those stems. Maybe with adding some white, just to add some depth to the painting. So good question.
Fabulous, wonderful. Okay, well, let me read this last book. This one I thought would be really good to read today because it's about art changing a community, which it can do.
Yeah, because this is a true story. My mom told me that.
Correct. This is based on a true story. Maybe Something Beautiful, How Art Transformed a Neighborhood by Isabel Campoy and Theresa Howell, illustrated by Rafael López. So settled here, hold on. Okay. Okay. In the heart of a gray city, there lived a girl who loved to doodle, draw, color, and paint. Every time she saw a blank piece of paper, Mira thought to herself, maybe. And because of this, her room was filled with color and her heart was filled with joy. Look at her bedroom. It is filled with color, isn't it?
And look at that one.
On her way to school one day, Mira gave a round apple to Mr. Henry. Mr. Henry, the owner of the shop down the street. She gave a flower to Miss López, the lady with the sparkling eyes. So look, she's drawing and she's giving her paintings to the people in her neighborhood. She gave a songbird to Mr. Sachs and a red heart to the policeman who walked up and down the streets. On her way home, Mira taped a glowing sun onto the wall, hiding in the shadows. Her city was less gray, but not much. So she's trying to add color to her little town. The next day, Mira saw a man with a pocket full of paintbrushes. He gazed at the wall. He looked at her sun. He held his fingers up in a square and peered through them. He said thoughtfully. What do you see? Mira asked. Maybe something beautiful, the man replied. Just then, like that, he dipped his brush in the paint. Bam! Pow! The shadows scurried away. The sky blue cut through the gloom. The man's laughter was like a rainbow spreading across the sky. Whoosh! Who are you? Mira asked. I'm an artist, he said, a muralist. I paint on walls. I am an artist too, she told him. He handed Mira a brush. Then come on! Mira dipped in the loudest color she saw. Yowie! The wall lit up like sunshine. Look at it. As the man drew pictures on the bricks, Mira added color, punch, and pizzazz. Soon Mr. Sachs joined in. Then came others. Everyone painted to the rhythm, salsa, merengue, bebop. Even Miss Mira's mama painted and danced the cha-cha-cha. The whole neighborhood became a giant block party until the policeman walked up. Excuse me, he said. The music stopped. Mira put her brush down. They were surely in trouble. The officer cleared his throat, then paused. May I paint with you? He asked. So Mira handed him a paintbrush, and the music started again. Look, there they go. Teachers and papas jumped in, babies too. Mira and the man handed out brush after brush. Color spread throughout the streets. So did joy. Look how happy they are adding color to their community. Wherever Mira and the man went, art followed. like the string of a kite. After they colored the walls, they painted utility boxes and benches. They decorated sidewalks with poetry and shine, and everyone danced. Together, they created something more beautiful than they had ever imagined. When their clothes were splattered with a million colors, everyone sat down to rest, except the muralist. His eyes sparkled. "You, my friends, are all artists," he told them. "The world is your canvas." He smiled wide. Then he pulled everything together in a big, sweeping motion. His paintbrush was like a magic wand. When he was finished, Mira added one more bird way up in the sky. Maybe, she thought, just maybe, something beautiful. So yes, this is a true story. And you can see here, there's a friend painting part of the mural. So it seems to me that they create this design and then the community comes and helps paint it in. Now here's a picture of some people in the community doing the painting work. Okay, Lexington, let's do this, is all I'm gonna say. I wish our town had murals. I think it would be a fabulous community project that we could all contribute to. And I would just like to put this out there that I think our little town should do something like this. And what it says is, maybe something beautiful is based on a true story. At one time, the colorful East Village near downtown San Diego, California, did not have murals on the wall, nor quotes from Gandhi, Martin Luther King, and Cesar Chavez written on the sidewalks. Benches were not works of art, you can see now, and people living in the area were not part of a vibrant community that they are today. Instead, the streets were gray and drab, but one day a husband and wife team, he an artist and her a graphic designer and community leader, moved in and transformed their neighborhood to a place of beauty. And it goes on to tell more about how they included everybody in their community, from police officers, graffiti artists, teachers, single parents, children, homeless people, and more. And everybody contributed. And I think that's awesome. Okay, guys? Who can I talk to? Anyway, I like that book. I think it's very sweet. So, anyway, so how is the painting? Let's see.
Yeah, it's good.
Look at that. Oh, that's so beautiful. I see how you added some yellow and some white just to sort of in the stems and grass.
Yeah, I did yellow and I did my brush into the yellow, and then I dip it right into the green.
What?
And I mix it right there on the mat to add some depth for the stems, and it sort of fills it in.
That's
like
interesting, because I thought it was totally illegal to dip in one color and then in the next color.
Oh no, that's one of our favorite things to do in the art room, is to mix right there on your board. If you dip it in one color, dip it in another, and you can mix it right there on the board.
Oh, that's great. Well, that's great. I have to unlearn that. Where I
I have to unlearn it too, honestly.
Well, that's awesome. Now, if any friends out there do any flower or lupine paintings, and I would love if you'd share it with us. That would be awesome. If you guys do any of these, I think we're going to do one. Let us see what you did. I would love to see that. So guys, it's time for us to say our few closing songs and maybe make a rainstorm. Can you do Rose really likes rainstorm, so I think we should do it. But we always sing a hand washing song, Miss Straub, because even after you paint, you need to wash your hands, I would imagine. So, so this is the song that we like to sing to remind us how long we should be washing our hands. Okay, so let's do our tops and bottoms.
Wasting it every time they wash their hands.
Yay! That makes me happy. I catch Mark singing it in the bathroom frequently. I'm just going to say that. Audrey and Reagan are here, and so is Miss Michelle and Miss Jenna. I'm so glad. Hi, Charlie. Okay, let's do our hand washing songs. Tops and bottoms. Okay, guys? Are you ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Tops and bottoms, in between, Rub them all together, rub them all together. Now they're clean, squeaky clean. All right, Charlie, let's do it again. Tops and bottoms, in between, in between. Rub them all together, rub them all together. Now they're clean, squeaky clean. Oh my gosh. Okay, I forgot one last thing. I just wanted to share something that Rose made with Miss Straub this year in first grade. And Rose, can you tell me a little bit about this? Can you tell us who were you learning about when you made this piece of art?
Thomas.
What? I couldn't understand that.
I'm Thomas.
Okay, I will translate that. Alma Thomas. And yes, this is one of our favorite pieces that came home, and I'm still trying to figure out how to hang it up, but this was a beautiful piece of artwork that Rose did with Miss Straub in first grade this year. So thank you, Miss Straub, for sharing your art and your creativity and your passion and your love and kindness with our children. It means everything to us. My daughter adores you, and I adore you, and teachers, I thank you for what you do for us every day. It means everything. So I can't thank you enough, and we love you and appreciate you. And don't make me cry. I just got a little
Thank you
weepy.
so much. Love your kiddos, and from the bottom of my heart, and speaking on behalf of all the teachers, we miss them so much.
I know.
And we can't wait till we can see them again, hug them again. We miss you guys and love you so much. So thank you for having me today. This was fun.
It was wonderful. Thank you so much for coming and spending your morning with us. And boys, thank you. Thanks for coming, and you all need to hug each other for me. All right, well, so a couple quick reminders. I have a Makers Club today at 3 o'clock live again. We're making giant bubble wands.
But
So
they're literally like
they're huge.
giant.
Like
and
giant.
I was in one.
Rose was kind of in one at some point.
I was.
She was, yes. Anyway, so all you need is like sticks and twine and soap. So it's not that much. 3 o'clock today on the Facebook page for the library. That'll happen. And then there's also the photo club that's happening, and you have to submit black and white, or not black, fat photos of shadows by tomorrow morning, and we're going to share those tomorrow. So one last thing we'll do is our rainstorm, but this time I'm doing it, because we like to get all of our energy grabbed back together and release it so that we can go about our day in a peaceful way. Okay, you guys ready?
It's better when you start doing stuff.
Okay, so wind. Oh, the wind is now. Rub your hands together. Can you hear it sound like wind? Uh-oh, the wind is starting to pick up, so I'm rubbing a little bit faster. Oh, okay. The wind's starting. Is there a storm coming? Uh-oh, I hear little taps of rain. I think it's coming. It's picking up. The rain is picking up. The rain is picking up. And the wind. Oh, thunder! Thunder and lightning. Oh, we're getting drenched. The rain is coming. The rain is coming. And the lightning and the thunder and the clap. Oh, no. We're in it. This is a rain. But thankfully, that one last giant thunder cloud is starting to slow down a little bit. I think we're past the worst of it. Okay.
But then it gets worse.
No, it doesn't. And then the lightning. One last thunder. And then the rain is starting to let up. We're going to slow it all down. And then our hands are going to turn back into the wind. It's going to slow down. And then we're going to take a deep breath in. And we're ready for the day. All right, you guys ready to face the day and make something beautiful happen in your world? Let's all do something beautiful today. We're going to make beautiful big bubbles at 3. All right, Rose, it's time to get on that goodbye train.
No.
Miss Straub, Charlie, Henry, we love you, and we will see you again very soon. But
Love you guys too. Thank you.
But for now, all aboard. leaving. The goodbye train is leaving. The goodbye train is leaving. See ya soon. Choo choo. Bye guys.